Hey, IG family. Thank you for joining. Um, we're waiting for Juan. We tried to get started a little earlier, but he is ready now, and I'm so excited to talk with him today. My special guest is Juan. Many of you may know him from working with Candy. So he just joined, so we're going to add him, you guys. Hey, Juan. You know what? Teddy Riley moment. What is happening? Okay. Wi-Fi slow. Thank you all for joining.
So let me, you see I'm fresh out the grocery store. So I have like gloves and mask on and all that. So let me take off some of this stuff. But like I'm literally fresh out the grocery store.
Oh my goodness. Okay, no worries. Look, I told you could take your time.
No, I'm sorry about earlier, but I'm like literally in here like,
You at the grocery store trenches.
I try not to go out, but I'm like,
It's a lot going on in Georgia right now. They opened a lot of stuff back up. And
yeah, they are. So that's me in the grocery store. I need a haircut, so that's why I go, Miss City. I need to shave. I need all of those kind of things. So I'm super sorry that what happened earlier. I try not to go out but like one time a week. And so I went out, but it just was taking forever in the grocery store. Just because everybody's lined up and all of that good stuff.
Wow, that is so crazy. I saw that the CDC, did you see that on the news?
They're going by people's house.
Are you volunteering or not?
Well, they're not coming by my house. On my side of town, they're not coming by my house. I'm not in one of the top 3 counties. So they're not coming on this side yet. I don't know if they're gonna come on this side, but they are doing a few counties that I've seen, and I have some friends and some businesses that I know that are down there that they're coming down.
Wow, man, it's so crazy right now. Well, I'm glad to see that you're doing well and, staying safe and everything. I was thinking about earlier, I was like, how did I meet Juan? And I remember when it was Todd and Candy's cover they were doing for Sister to Sister magazine.
Okay. And that was we shot in a loft.
Yeah, I forget the photographer. I think his name was Dwayne something.
Dwayne Rogers. Rogers.
Yeah. That was the first time we met, and it's been such an honor since then. I was like, oh my gosh, a happy 6th anniversary to them. Like, oh my goodness, so much
it's been a long time, right? It's been a long time, right?
Yeah.
It's been totally a long time. But yeah, we shot the cover. They were in like black and red or silver and stuff on the cover. They laid on I remember the shoot. Yeah, we were in a loft.
It was a couple looks. It was a couple different looks.
Yeah.
But anyway, long time no see. It's good. Everything is going well with you. So I wanted to talk to you today about your business and stuff. I seen you had your mask on, and you do so many great things. Tell us about what you got going on.
So one of the newest ventures, I started like 2 companies around the same time. One of them is the lifestyle brand, the New Meaning brand. So the New Meaning brand was a brand I started centered around mask and t-shirts, and it was about giving words a new meaning. Even though I need a haircut, this is hot, so I'm just gonna take it off.
Please.
I'm just gonna take it off. Even though I need a haircut, I got like a mini fro over here. But so it's the New Meaning brand is about giving words a new meaning. So our signature first shirt was the word boss. Believing others should succeed was what it stands for. With the first mask that we had, it's not me, it's you. Sometimes people use that in relationships, but we kind of gave it this whole different meaning because a lot of people saw the inspiration that I've been wearing masks for years.
I was going to say, like, this is nothing new for you. Like, you've been doing this. So
I've been wearing masks. I've been wearing masks for years. So a lot of people saw that, and I would always get on a plane, and I started wearing them on planes specifically because I would get off the plane and I would feel like sniffing. And it was because of the circulated air. that you were getting on these planes. You're up in the air and they're just recirculating the same air. So somebody may be sitting there and they would have a cold. So all of a sudden it's recirculating this air back. And so I started to see the correlation, and so I started wearing these masks. But when I would wear the mask, everybody would look at me like, "Ooh, what you got? Ooh, ooh." You know what I'm saying? And it would be like, "It ain't me, it's you that I'm trying to protect myself from." Like, I don't know, and I kind of started saying that to people, and I was like, I'm going to put that on a mask. And it was this own business that, people were like, okay. And I recall when I said it, people were like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's really you. You're going to do that. Blah. So I started the business, and I had a lot of people like, oh, okay, you got some nice little shirts, and, you got your little mask. Mm-hmm. And I always say, when people say little in front of it, it's very condescending. If people are like, okay, Kelly Brew, you got your nice little, blog and stuff.
Exactly.
You'd be like, my little what?
Right.
It feels that way. But I didn't, it was what it was. I take it as cool. If that's how you feel, if that's what so people would say stuff like that, and I'll be like, all right, cool. But who would have known that, we've been in business 7 months, almost 8 months. Mm-hmm. And who would have known it's a six figure plus business.
I know that's right.
So like, when people talk about like, okay, well, your little dream, your little blah, blah, blah. And they, just take that as the like motivation, because I'm a true firm believer that what's for me is going to be for me. What God is for me, it is. So for me, I always am like, okay, well, maybe the vision's not for you to see. Like, people were looking at me crazy because I was walking around with masks on before they talked about y'all in Corona. But mm-hmm. The vision wasn't for you guys to see. I was like, y'all laughed at Noah too. I ain't Noah, but you feel me?
Right. Okay. No, but it's funny. Like, that's how it happens with a lot of successful people. They call us crazy. They're like, you're whatever. But at the end of the day, you get the last laugh because you got them six figures.
Yeah. Like it became a six-figure business. Like, and it was. For me, I have a few other businesses that I have. So it was like, okay, this is something different. It's an online business. I didn't come into it with crazy expectations, or I came into it just like it's something that's me, that's real, true to who I am. Go with that. So I didn't come into it with a whole money expectation or a success expectation. I just came into it with the expectation that I wanted to do something, outside of some of the stuff other people had seen me do. And, I knew, I know how to, market, do what I need to do to do that part. So I was going to use those gifts to do something, in 2020, I said, you know what, starting at the end of 2019, 2020, I'm going to do something for me. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to, like, you pour into everything else and everybody else. Like, I'm going to do small things. I mean, it was small stuff. It was like going on a vacation. I went to a place by myself. It was just like things like that I said I was going to do for me. And one of them was like these businesses. The website somebody is asking is thenewmeaning.com, THENEWMEANING.com, thenewmeaning.com. But yeah, so that's honestly, that was the inspiration. But a lot of successful people that I have, encountered throughout my life have always said, you can never go wrong, Kelly, when you stay true to you. You can go and somebody can say, you know what, Kelly, go ahead and do this blog, and you need to do all these sexy people and blah, blah, blah on the blog. And you're like, okay, well, and you can be like, but I don't really want to do that. I want to be very much who I am, stay who I am.
It's funny you brought that up, because I definitely went through that. Because, like, before I even started doing my blog, like we met before I even got to this far. Mm-hmm. But I definitely struggled, because in the beginning it was like, I was all for the positive stuff and nobody cared. But then I had to do a little bit of, I don't really do gossip stuff, but if you will, for lack of a better word, I've done gossip stuff, but not like stuff that you make up on people. I'm totally against that. If it's trending topics, I would say more so, not necessarily gossip. Yeah. But even that, I had to stop, because it just wasn't true to who I am. And I lost a lot of followers because of that. But at the end of the day, I was like, it doesn't matter to me, because I have to be who I am regardless of what anybody thinks. So I'm going to do what's important to me and what I feel like people should be aware of. And that's why I have amazing people like you on, because, at the end of the day, it's about uplifting each other. There's a racial wealth gap and so many other things that we need to be worried about. And I'm like, at the end of the day, if you have a platform, you should be using it in some way, shape, or form to help your people. So,
Absolutely.
I totally commend you on everything that you're doing. But what are some of the humps and stuff or trials and tribulations that you had to go through to get to where you are? It's like you've accomplished so much.
Ooh. I'm going to speak on the mask part of it. These masks have been a blessing. And I will say I've definitely dealt with a lot of things that I'm like, what? When I first started doing the masks, they were successful and, doing like, it was making, money. And I was getting these masks from a company. It was like a medical supply company, and I was getting one from West Virginia. And I remember I placed this big order. Lady was super nice. It was fine. Everything went fine. Got that order. And then I placed another big order like a week later. And all of a sudden, it was like after that we had talked, and I had sent the lady like, hey, just so you kind of put a face to a name, for the company. It was the person who works in the processing department. And, it seemed like cool, but I didn't really talk to her after that. But I was like, just so you kind of know what our company is, what it's about, I did that. When I tell you I did that second order, and like, let's say I did it on a Friday. That Monday, I got a call from them. And she was like, we canceled your order. And I was like, well, why? She was like, we're not going to be able to supply you anymore.
Wow.
It was like, what do you mean you're not going to be able to supply me? It was one of the first real takes where she was like, you came from out of, nowhere, and, we see it, and, it's not saying it's not a bad message, but we just don't know if we want to supply you. Like, but it was one of the first real takes where I was like, hold on, this is where I get my mask from. This is the distributor. This is blah, blah, blah. Like, but I realized, like, and I hate to say it this way, when this Caucasian lady in accounts receivable and over the department realized that it was a African-American company that was placing these orders, halted me.
Wow.
Like, stopped me.
That's crazy.
My goodness. Even more recently, and I don't talk about all of these things because I just kind of figure it out. If you've been online, you may have saw my Facebook ads and things like that I've been doing. I've been doing Facebook ads and Instagram ads for a while. I recently got an email. I have ads running, and they were like, no, we're not going to be able to allow your ads to continue to run because you could be profiting off of the current pandemic.
Facebook?
It was Instagram. Facebook has been fine. But it's the same.
Right?
It's the same.
You know what?
But here's the
Facebook,
crazy part.
With the shits,
Everybody, and I know that I'm screenshotting every day people who are selling masks.
I've seen it pop up a lot too.
All the time. So it's not just me. So it was the craziest thing to me. And I'm going to give a little bit of insight. What we've done is we have a rotation of a few different marketing like tools that we use. We've used those tools since we started 8 months ago. So meaning if it was me and you getting ready to go live, Kelly, I would just put money, because I know we go live all the time, behind that same asset. Guess what? No. The same assets that I've been spending thousands of dollars on, they sent me a message the other day and was like, not going to let you do it.
Wow.
Threw me off. Like, it was like, what do you mean? Like, I could see if, we were a business, we didn't ship stuff. It wasn't any of that kind of stuff. They were like, you could be profiting off of the current. And I'm like, but it's companies that are overseas that you can't even track where they're sending their product from. You can't even track anything about any of these people. Like, I'm a public figure even. It ain't like you couldn't find me if we were doing fraudulent stuff.
Exactly.
Like, other people have been really great. Like, as one of the sources where people pay, sometimes PayPal called me, and the lady literally said when she picked up the phone, I went to the website. Are you Don Juan she literally said from the show. And I was like, yeah, she was like, I just wanted to confirm nobody was just using your likeness. You know, we haven't had, everything's been good on our payment processing side. They were, you know, really super nice about it when she called, but she was like, we just have had a lot of people. I just wanted to make sure they just weren't using you on their website and that it was your company, that it was right, you know, it was right for people to be, you know, all of those kind of things. So some companies have been really good, but you realize when it's a minority company, the things that sometimes people don't know that you have to go through as it relates to your business that other people don't have to go through.
Right, exactly. And I know what you mean by that. There was a beauty supply company in DC that went through that. It was two young Black girls, and they, you know, had a beauty supply store, and they went out of business because they weren't able to get products like whoever, I say no specific people, but whoever, they were like not trying to sell to them, so they went out of business. And I've heard that story quite a few times in different other places, and it's just crazy the things that, you know, we have to go through, and people still sometimes want to deny, act like it doesn't exist because
it exists, you know. And those are, you know, the product part could have taken me out, you know, and this part I've never spoken on. I've never spoken on, but it was a payment processor that to this day they owe me $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. That they literally said, we see the traffic you're having. This was right before the pandemic, and they were like, just to make sure that nobody does chargebacks, we're holding all the sales, all the revenue from these sales that have happened. So for this business, for the last however many months, I've been funding it myself. This is not based off of the money that, you know, like after a certain point, they have a certain time period that they held, you know, and they're still holding for, you know, I think it's like another month or something. But, you know, it was those kind of things where I was like, I see online distributors and I see people that are like, I haven't got my product. We don't really have that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have stuff like that happens. Like, though with the pandemic, it definitely delayed us some bit, but it wasn't like, oh, I ordered and I didn't get, like, we didn't have those kind of issues. And so it was like, what is going on? Like, is this real life that people have to, like, you know? And even with dealing with their department, I said, you know, it's people like, what if this was the livelihood for my business to survive, and we're going into a pandemic now also? Exactly. Like, what if this was what was gonna, you just took my company out of business if I didn't have the resources to be able to do what I do. You know, and they were like, but then I started to read, and it was a lot of other people that this had happened to, you know, and it was just like, that's the stuff that you gotta keep pushing on, and that's the things that people don't talk about when it's an entrepreneur, and all of those things, but you really deal with it. I've been, you know, blessed, like I said, to be able to have a successful online business in this pandemic, and outside businesses that have been really great for me, outside clients that are still working. But, you know, if I know other people that this is how they live. Like, I know makeup clients who sell makeup. I know people who sell just, you know, shirts and hoodies and stuff. This is their life. And so so like, what advice could you give to people where, like you're saying, you know, this is their life? Like, how do you stay strong and, you know, keep your head up and be optimistic and motivated during times like this? You know what? It's always, for me, one of the biggest motivations that I always have is, on our page, if, you know, our page is not a crazy a lot of followers, but we got probably like 8,000, 9,000 followers on the brand's page. Like, but we have made it a habit that you know, when they go in and post, it's myself and some other people that go in and post, we're reposting our customers, just because every time we get tagged or they email us these pictures or all of it, that is probably the biggest thing that makes you be like, okay, this is worth it, y'all. Like, it's people that, it's always fulfilling. Like, it's not really, I've never done anything off of money, Kelly. I'm going to be honest. I've never done anything to be off of money. Like, I used to teach 6th grade. Really. Yeah, I didn't know that. I used to teach too. So it was never a thing for me to do stuff for money. So for me, it's always the fulfillment of what you get out of it, and you have to find that, because if not, it will break you. If not, if you don't find the fulfillment in what you're doing, and the fulfillment in, like, just your process, then you will really get broken and be like, I just want to give up on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's the little things that are fulfillment. In this kind of time, you know, if it's you have a product, if it's just 5 people that's rocking it, but then people are faithful consumers and they are rocking your product, that'd be the moment where you be like, I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the moments that you got to grab onto, because the other moments are going to make you weak. Those are going to be the moments where are strong. Every time I see a little kid, or I see a family, or I see somebody doing that, like, I honestly will tell you, it never gets old. That's the part that never gets old.
Yes.
You know, like, period. I'm always like, we have a whole, you know, vault that people send us these things every day, and we try to, you know, post a few times a day, but we don't just flood with everybody, because we stagger it out. But like, we see them, and every time I'm like, save it. Make sure you save them, because we want to post them up. We want to show them love, the people that support us. And then I'm not gonna lie, like, just staying grounded and prayed up. Like, I literally have had to, make sure I stay centered and prayed up, because this will give you anxiety. It will give you anxiety, not even just a bit, but like thinking about it being in the house and not knowing what it's something. This stuff can give you anxiety. It can give you stressors. It can bring out stressors that you be like, I haven't dealt with this in a while. So, you know, finding those moments. I have people that are really close to me that have been, you know, talking to me about like, hey, meditate, taking a moment that's just you. I go on like these wellness walks, because I really do not go out. I'm gonna be honest. You see, I don't have a haircut. I've trimmed this down, but I go on a wellness.
So you were like already introverted, huh?
Well, what I'm saying is, I started this. Think about it. This has been about 5-6 weeks now. I've been since then. But it'll be those things where in my neighborhood, I'll go. We have a smoothie place, Kill Me Crazy. I'll go, I'll get a smoothie, I'll get a wellness shot, which is like ginger and all of those kind of things every day.
I love ginger.
And I take a walk, and then I come back and kind of deal with the craziness of the day. But it's trying to find that balance, because you can get caught in the house. Thank you, SK Travel. Some people are in here and they wear the mask. I appreciate it.
Yeah, really, I've seen a lot of people say,
that's the thing that is like the most things that, you know, keep you going. But yeah, you can get in your house, and if you're not going anywhere, you can start to be like, what is going on? And it can bring out all kind of emotions. So it's like taking those moments of prayer, and just, like taking it all in. Like, I'm not going to lie, this has been the most take it all in moment that I've had in a while.
Yeah, I think that a lot of us can contest to that. So, is there anything else you want to let us know about? I see that you work with PBS.
Well, I am a Sigma. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma. So yeah, I crossed in fall of 04. But yeah, so I've been a member of Phi Beta Sigma for, was that 16 years? Like, I'm pretty old.
Wow.
You know, so like it's all of those things, and some of my frat brothers have been super supportive of that too. That's been amazing to have that support system. You know, they're like, we gotta rock the mat. You know, everybody has really, you know, my clients, I'm not gonna lie, like from Kurt and Rashida, they're a client, to Candy, like, has definitely, her and Todd have rocked like the mask, and everybody has been like super supportive. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot thank a lot of my just personal circle and people that, even if it would be a person like you who wants to do this interview, or I saw him in here, Roland Jack was in here earlier. He manages Lettucey. Like, Lettucey has rocked the mask. Like, it's been a lot of, you know, Tammy Roman, and like, it's just been a Toya. It's been a lot of people who just were like, oh my God, like, no, and they were rocking it before the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie. It was before the pandemic.
I saw it. You know, I've been following you. I was like, okay, yeah.
You know, so I think it's with, you know, the people that you have around you, like making sure that you all pour into each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that you have around you, like, you got to, hey, like, okay, well, let me jump on here and let's talk. If you have, you know, an online boutique, well, let me post up something for you, and, you know, like, show support to you. I think having that circle kind of keeps us all motivated. You know, somebody once said to me, your network helps to build your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
So the people in your network help with your network for sure. So it's like all of those kind of things have been and are what just keep it going. You know, because I will say this has been different. Outside of this business, you know, I have a business solution company, so we do payroll solutions, and we've been doing a lot of unemployment filings for businesses. And I'm not gonna lie, that is like one of the most heart-wrenching things.
Yeah, I can imagine. So many, it's like unprecedented, the record of people that's been filing.
Heart-wrenching, and it's the bigger part of that. In Georgia specifically, and I don't know about other places, Kelly, but the amount of people that are needing the unemployment benefits, but that have not even received them yet. That they've been approved, but they haven't gotten benefits, and they're going on week 5 being out of work.
So what is happening? Do you have any insight on that?
I don't have any insight. It's a process. I think that it's kind of like bottlenecking, because there are a lot of businesses that are filing for this unemployment. I think it's a thing of it's bottlenecking. They don't have enough staff to process it. They don't have enough staff to, you know, like
I saw earlier on the news, I saw something about they were like some states don't even have enough money to pay everybody. And it's just like total madness. And they were saying that that's why some places are trying to open back up, because if they open up and then you still don't work, then you can't claim that they can use that excuse like, oh, well, we don't have to give you.
And I don't know about that, because I do know that the governor, even though I'm not with him opening back up, let me say that, the governor did make an order that what you could earn and still collect unemployment. So it used to be for the state of Georgia, and I'm only speaking for the state of Georgia, that if you made anything over $50 per week, that your unemployment benefits were cut off.
$50 a week?
Meaning, like during this, let's say they bring you back to work and you do one shift. I mean, and that shift, let's say you make $10 an hour and you did 5 hours.
Okay.
That $50 a week is enough, and maybe that's all you work. That can limit your unemployment. But he did this executive order that increased it to $300.
Okay.
So people can make up to $300 a week and still collect. You know, I do have clients or employees that I've been dealing with that they filed, like we filed for them like March, middle to third week in March, and they have not gotten $1. Yeah. Whereas I have some that have been getting their money, but some of them, it just says, you know what, Kelly? Yup, here goes your letter. You're approved. We got you.
But see you when I see you. Dang. Oh no, it froze.
Super, like, sad. Like, that's the most disheartening thing that, like, out of all this, where you're like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that has been super sad to kind of see, you know, and so it's like, you know, I know a few of the businesses that I work with are doing different things with employees. You know, even with New Meaning, we don't have a lot of money, but we've done some give back with employees. I mean, not with employees, but like some of our customers. It's like, if you follow our page and go like this post, we're going to give away, you know, $250 to some people. Like we just have been doing small things, because you don't realize like how much all of this, like, we're all in a very bad place as a society and as a community. You know, so the bad part of it is that we're there, but the good part, I think, is that I've seen a lot of people that have been like, okay, well, let me figure out how to help. I think it's definitely made us, in some areas, very community, like, we all in this together. Like, what you need, like, let me try to help you figure it out. And I hope that lasts after this.
Yeah, same. I do too. I really do. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hope it lasts after this, because that's, if we don't got that, then what the hell do we got?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's been sad. Sorry, that was my whole tangent about how sad and crazy this is, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. But Well, I just want to thank you. Thank you
No,
so much.
thank you.
For taking some
Yeah.
time to join me and talk to me and kick it with us today and everybody who joined.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you having me. Like I said, you got me. You know it's all love with you because I'm out here looking
Yes,
rough.
I feel so special.
I am looking, when I say rough, like, oh my God.
Come
like,
on, you look good. Stop playing with me.
when I
okay?
tell you, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be real honest. I have not done it. And my barber has hit me every week since then. It's been like, I can come to the house. I will come to the house. You can come to the house. Doesn't. And I've been like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've been really trying to like practice, you know. But like when I tell you, I'm getting to that point that I'm looking like I was cast on Underground, that it's time for me to like go get go get some stuff. I do see this where somebody's asking about new masks. We have new masks that are coming starting like next week. We got some design stuff that we're working out, and we got a new style of mask. I'm not gonna tell you yet, but yeah. So like
what's
that
the
part.
website and where can everybody find you
The
online?
New Meaning. TheNewMeaning.com is the website. You can get all masks, all T-shirts on there. Again, we got some new masks. I've been getting asked for a while about some different masks, so I do have some different style masks that are coming also next week. But yeah, so we're doing a few different things just to stay competitive, but we're just staying in our lane. We're staying in our lane. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Somebody said pin it for you. How do I pin it? What's the website? How do you spell it?
It's thenewmeaning.com. Thenewmeaning.com. But yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna at least type it in here. I don't know how to pin it. I'm on Teddy Riley.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You typed it in? Okay, we both typed it.
But yeah. So that